Coś do mnie krzyczysz, lecz nie słyszę. Nie słyszę. Słyszysz?
I've met some amazing people in the different places I've lived in, and I've worked with some fantastic individuals. But now I'd like to introduce you to a very special group of youth, one that really touched my heart. At the beginning, we had some problems getting to know each other. I mean, I couldn't speak Polish, and they couldn't hear. But now we've become close friends, and I've grown to admire their talent, their ambition, and their potential. And now I hope to find some friends for them who can unlock doors in the future so that they can do more amazing things like we've done the last few years together. Because I know with the resources I have, we can only go so far. Watch what they've done on an exchange abroad and imagine what they can do in the future. They only need a chance to shine.
Prosimy o dokładne zapięcie i dopasowanie pasów bezpieczeństwa. Tak należy zapiąć, a tak rozpiąć pas. We are now going to show you how to use the oxygen mask and how to put on the live vest.
Fensh party this way.
Yeah, thank you. We just arrived in Liverpool, England, John Lennon Airport. We'll be back here in 7 days. And in the meantime, watch what we do. Kinga is a great example of the wonderful people I've met here. In spite of, or maybe because of, a situation that's less than ideal, both at home and in school, she manages to do amazing things and is a fascinating individual. She hopes to work with disadvantaged children in challenging situations in the future. She's told me that she'd like to work with the UN, for example, in troubled spots around the world, like in Africa today. Other than those big ambitions, She loves to talk with her friends about everything. Shopping's fun, but Kinga says she prefers to work on her homework so that she can move forward in life.
I met Nathaniel 6 years ago. He was hitchhiking from Bradford one night in the pouring rain, and I took him to my house and we became great friends. And like a bad penny, I can't get rid of him. Every year he returns back to my house, always.
And your wife
Started with him.
You was one of many.
I wasn't the first, though.
No.
I hope I've been the friend for this group of youth that Jim was to me and is to me. I hope I can create the same sort of feeling like I have with Jim and his wife Sue and his family, that I'm part of the family.
I'm very happy to have been involved in this project. It's been a fantastic experience for everybody. I know sometimes the communications are difficult, but I think everybody's been happy, and they appear to be enjoying themselves, and I think they're seeing some things that they don't see in Poland.
We're here in the hills around Malham, Yorkshire. They're getting ready with the raincoats, and we'll see what it's like with typical English weather. Magda and the rest of the group were less than impressed with the weather, but they were very interested in life here in another country. It took amazing openness for them to meet with, to talk and even work with others, despite all their barriers. Magda's just a great example of an individual that really just reaches out beyond all barriers and is able to make a connection with people. She does it with her art, with her sewing, and with her painting. She does it with her sense of humor. She does it with her lively conversation, and she does it with her smile.
I'm a chef here at the Leeds Centre. I've got my MBQ level 3 in a certificate on the wall over there. I went to Bradford College.
Pavel's a thinker. He prefers chess to football and enjoys anything that requires strategy. Talking with him is a challenge, but fun, because he's always thinking, always looking for a chink in your mental armor. He handily dealt with all comers in a chess tournament during our trip. But Pavel's also a great part of a team, takes responsibility on with a smile, and volunteers to help with anything he can. He's just another great example of the amazing people that I've met and worked with and become friends with.
Young hearing people in England and young hearing people in Leeds particularly have got lots of facilities. They've got lots of access to advice in their own language. And what we want to do is to ensure that young deaf people have got that same sort of access in their own language, in their first language.
Here at the Leeds Deaf Centre today we have our cooks which are going to offer the meals for the young Polish people that have arrived today, and we've brought young deaf people along to have a discussion of their views and ideas about what happens in the society of Leeds and to reinforce and empower hope for the young Polish people.
I work at the moment as a youth development worker. We got some funding from the youth services within Leeds City Council to develop services here for young people. And in conjunction with the business development team, we've been very proactive in trying to set up initiatives that involve our young people. So joining with a group like yours is ideal for us because it gives our children opportunities.
I've recorded many films about people with disabilities in different countries, and because of this I can see we need to do much more work in Poland.
As you can see, once we gave them the chance to meet people, they integrated beautifully. Not because they were deaf. In fact, British Sign Language is completely different from Polish Sign Language. But just because they are people and long for a chance to meet and be active with other people. Kesha's a very special individual. She's the youngest of the group, but stands up for herself extremely well. Not only does she not have a problem with meeting people and at times initiating contact, but she's also very artistically talented. She's created some pictures as thank you gifts, and the partners were very impressed by her generosity. Along with Magda, they created some very unique artwork that made the trip memorable for them. Kesha's a very thoughtful person too. Not as loud as the others, but she's a very honest and friendly person.
And I come to the youth club on a Wednesday night. We do games like go on the computer, play pool, or have a chat with my friends. Really have a really restful time. It's really great and have fun. But now, finally, BSL, people are aware, there's a lot of support, there's translation of English language for me when I go to college. Now I feel a lot more satisfied. Now, because the Disability Discrimination Act has been evolved and finally set up 6 or 7 or 8 years ago, and that opened a lot of barriers.
We're going next door for some food and nibbles, okay? And people can chat and mingle.
It's not enough just to say that we couldn't have done the trip without all our wonderful partners. They went beyond that. They went beyond making it possible to making it memorable. From individuals like Jim to CVA to the Polish community of Bradford, but especially Netherside School.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yay! Yeah, well done. And again.
This is the boarding school we'll be staying at. You can see it's an Old English manor house. The weather is typical, maybe more sunny than usual.
Netherside is a small residential school for boys that either are day boys or residential that have dyslexia and some behaviour problems.
Just like Sandra and the other volunteers, I'm doing this on my own time and for free, because I believe in these teenagers.
So you can peel it back off.
The school, both the staff and the students, not only went out of their way to work with our invading group, but made it seem so easy, comfortable, natural. We really felt wonderful because they just accepted us. From Sandra organizing living conditions to Tim working with the kids on art and all the others in between.
The people who came from Poland are really nice, and they came on Wednesday, and we played football with them on Wednesday, and that was really fun. And like today we went bowling with them, and they've been here during the weekend, and that's been nice for them.
our instructor created a few special signs for the deaf kids. This means okay, this means come down, and a few others. Let's watch how they do it.
If you want the rope tight, if you are frightened and you need it tight, yeah, just do this. If you want to come down, it's like this, yeah?
Sit backwards.
Yesterday we were working with the Polish kids. We were doing some artwork, which turned out really well. Today we're here climbing. It's the first time I've done this, and I was concerned that there may be problems, certainly communication problems. So we devised a quick code which we used, and it worked. It's fine. And I think they were very empowered by what happened today. I think it really was very successful for them. I think they got a lot of confidence in each other and in us, and it was a lot of teamwork. It was good.
56, 56, 89, 89, 55, 55, 64, 64, 85, 85.
Ah!
We're here in Bradford, Yorkshire, where the Polish community saw our article in the paper about the trip and has invited us to come visit them. Let's see what Polish hospitality looks like in England.
Dear friends, on behalf of the Polish community, I've got the great pleasure and privilege to welcome you here. I also want to express my pleasure realizing that you expressed this desire to meet our community.
We also have some Polish people here who have joined us from that. We welcome them as well to our celebration. Nice to have you.
We were invited to Mass near the school this morning, and it was a great experience because Magda and Pavel were invited by the priest to take part in the service. We're in Skipton today, a town near the school we're staying at. The kids are looking around, seeing the sights, making some small purchases to take home to their families.
Polish. Polski. My Polski flag from my friend Magda.
Dobrze, move. Ja tłumaczę, she wanted to say that when she was in school, it was in the communistic period, and she said all the lessons they learned were false.
Yeah.
She has a question. And she wants to know, do you enjoy learning about history in Poland?
We've not noticed any particular challenges. We've noticed that these young people have been very adaptable. They've been in very challenging circumstances at time. They've adapted, they've talked, they've communicated, they've made ways in which they can get on with our kids. They've involved themselves in games. It's about kids being kids and young people being young people, and they've done it very successfully. They might be a couple of thousand miles away from home, but they've leapt up to this challenge, they've risen to it, and I hope they've got a huge amount out of this visit.
How come there's so much food?
After an amazing week, we've really seen our group open up. We've seen them take on new responsibilities and initiate things themselves, become leaders. I'm delighted to see them coming out of their shells and doing it in a place where they should be retreating back into their shells. They've done it in the reverse. I'm not surprised, though. I've seen the potential they hold over the last few years of working with them, and I know they only need a chance to shine. And this trip has given them a little chance just to do just that. I'm very happy to have been involved with this trip. And as I say, I'm just delighted to see them reaching goals that they've set and that they've maybe not even imagined. I'm 100% confident that with just a little push, a little help, they can do so much more. I overheard several of the viewing public during the miming theater, and they said it so well. They said this is just a microcosm of their life. They're miming their way through life. And until we get to the point that we can integrate everyone seamlessly into society, they may well stay miming through life. But maybe, just maybe, and this is my dream, they won't be on the outside. That someday they'll be a part of all of the rest of us. That they'll be able to shine, that they'll be able to achieve all their dreams, and they'll make the world fuller for the rest of us. And that we'll all appreciate their talent, ambition, and potential. These youth, like so many people I meet here, are just hungry for a chance to meet people, to be a part of society, to integrate. to exchange ideas and emotions and memories with a larger pool of people than they are almost locked into. I would venture to say that their peers at this age group who are hearing might have a much bigger problem opening up to people that they often don't share a language or a culture or even a sensory ability with. And yet this group, in spite of all that, just does an amazing job. I'm overwhelmed. I hope you are too.